All right, what's going on, guys? So, this happened around January 7th. We have a young man named Tyre Nichols, 29 years of age. He was, according to the body count that's supposed to be released on sometime this week, I believe. He was severely beaten by the police officer due to a traffic stop. Now, one of the confrontations were the first confrontation, they pulled him over due to reckless driving. It was 5 police officers. And I believe, according to them, the police report, he ran away. He, attempted to run away on foot. And of course, the police officers ended up pursuing him, and they tackled him down. I believe when I was reading that they hit him with a stun gun, they kicked him, and they beat him. Now, they said this was going on for 3 minutes. And I'm just like, man, so he ended up having like a medical episode, and later on he went to the hospital and he succumbed to his injuries. He died 3 days later. And, the officers, I think around January 20th, they were released. They were fired. Of course, during this investigation, all 5 of them were fired, and they were black officers. And they're being charged for second-degree murder. These are some hefty charges. Second-degree murder, charged for aggravated assault, kidnapping, okay, and oppression and abuse of power. And I'm just like, man, so these are some serious charges, man. And it's like I said, it's unfortunate. At the end of the day, I mean, this is really not the first time something like this happened in Memphis. I'm back in 2018. Those you remember, Martavius Banks was shot, multiple times, man. So, and it was a lawsuit from the police department. But the chief, she ended up speaking up, saying this was an inhumane treatment. They was actually comparing this to the 1991 incident that happened with Rodney King. Man, so, I mean, and at the end of the day, with Benjamin Crump, he's the family attorney for the Nichols family, stating that, hey, when you don't really hear too many cases. I know Reverend Errol Sharpton said you don't really hear too many cases of black police officer, people in power and law enforcement, kill their own people, or unless it don't come to the news. I'm pretty sure they've been locked up and getting roughed on and beaten, but it hasn't been like, type of murder of that nature, man. And it's really unfortunate. There've been 1,700 officer killings since the 3 years of George Floyd that happened in Minneapolis, right? And we got to see how this body count footage is going to be, man. Because my thing is like, okay, well, you would think like, okay, well, just tackle him down, and it's 5 of them. It shouldn't be too much, and he's not a big guy, and they just want to go ahead and just put his hands behind his back and put the handcuffs on him, put him in the squad car. Now, if he had a medical episode then that's a different story. That can fight that. But I looked at the little images too when he was laying in the hospital the day that he was beaten, and yeah, man, stitches. It was crazy, man. His eyes were swelled up, and they going by the evidence of the autopsy, right? And the autopsy was stating that he had suffered internal bleeding, and this was due to injury. This was him being beaten, and their family is suing them too, I believe, because they were stating that like, well, it's because yeah, I believe my son is dead because you guys caused him to have this heart attack, and he had Crohn's disease, which is basically an inflammatory digestive disease, so like the symptoms like severe diarrhea, severe weight loss. So he has some inflammatory issues in his digestive tract. And, he was, I believe, 29 years of age, worked at FedEx. I think he had a 4-year-old kid. But yeah, man, he loves skateboarding, according to them. He loves taking photos. He loves photography. He was into that industry. But man, we really have to see this. I'm pretty sure this definitely gonna go to the court case. I know the attorneys for the Memphis police officers, they can look at every single thing, would justify them to go ahead and do this. Like, if he was completely just not abiding by the rules. I mean, I understand that was a violation. Yeah, reckless driving. He could have been just driving, like I said, just crazy. Not abiding by the rules, the speed limit, driving dangerously, and hitting things. And I was like, okay, what's going on with this individual? Then you're running away. That's a crime. But to then, you would think like the police officers will professionally handle it, because we don't know if he had a gun. We don't know if he had any knives or anything on him. I don't think he did, but we have to see this on body count footage. But these are some heavy charges. And I was kind of surprised, like, this kind of happened so quickly. Usually they be on administrative leave, and then of course when the public finds out, I have a court trial and things of that nature, try to fight it. But we're gonna have to see how this is. They pretty much locked up. This is not about a black and white thing. This is more like, hey, police brutality, this has to stop, so Before we get too emotional, I just want to look at the body count footage. Whenever they're going to release that, I'm going to try to, get some updates on it. I'm pretty sure, you got Officer Tatum, he might, go ahead and report this or whatever. So this is just pretty much the information that we got right now. And, yeah, man, this is, I think too, one of the mayor of Memphis, they were saying like peaceful protest is okay, but they don't want them to get to the point of tearing up the city. So I know it's going to be increased. Just got cut off, but I just want to go ahead and just wrap this up. But, yeah, so we're really going to figure this out, see how, what's this going to entail, and the sentencing and things of that nature, if they plead not guilty, the arraignment process. So, yeah, man, so just, I'm continuously trying to give you guys some updates and information. Please be respectful in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about this. You think, was this wrong, or, or like I said, we don't know the full story, but it's unfortunate that the young man lost his life, though. This is, that's really heavy. So just like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I love you guys, man. Appreciate you guys, man. I'm out. Deuces.